What are your favorite movies to watch with a great script that aren't yours? Good question. So rather than make it about me, I thought I'd post about 3 movies that all writers should watch. And this is regardless if you want to be a screenwriter. I'm talking about all fiction writers because the way these stories are structured are really interesting. Okay. The first movie is Groundhog Day. The premise of that is a guy gets stuck reliving the same day every day for the rest of his life. It's a hilarious movie. And if you told me I had to write that, I'd be like, oh no, how do I make this interesting if it's the same day every day? The events are always the same. Now, I know the answer because I'm a professional writer, but that doesn't mean it's easy. It just means I know what the answer is. And that is, if the day is the same, but his emotional reaction each time, it has to be different. So the first time he's, confused. The second time he's worried. The third time he's frustrated. The next time he's angry. The next day he's determined, whatever. It's always different. And this is the case for every movie you write. Regardless of not Groundhog Day, every single movie, the emotional state of that character has to be different in each scene. And that's the emotional journey that you put it on. It's just that on Groundhog Day, it's just more obvious. The example is more obvious, so it points it out. So great movie to study. The next one is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And what's interesting about that movie is, like I just said, the character has to go on an emotional journey from scene to scene. The main character always does this. But in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it's not the main character who does this. It's the supporting character. It's Cameron. And that might not be obvious to people. But writing a movie that way, where the supporting character goes on this emotional journey, if you told me to write that, I'd be like, oh no, this is also going to be difficult. So another wonderful movie, great movie to study. And the third one is Amelie. And what's interesting about that is so many people say, I have a great idea for a movie. And my response is, so what? You don't need a great idea for a movie. Ideas are actually worthless. It's the execution of that idea that matters. So Amelie, that's not even a great idea for a movie. It's a brilliant movie, but the idea is kind of ordinary. The premise of that movie is shy woman can find love for everyone but herself. Like, we've heard that story. We've seen it a million times. It's familiar. But the execution of that idea is mind-blowing. It's so creative. It's so brilliant. Each scene, there's magic in it. And that's why, just study that movie. The idea is not that terrific, but the execution is marvelous. It's one of my favorite movies. There, I hope that helps. I got another free webinar coming up in a few weeks, and I'm going to talk more about stuff like this. It's how to tell a really good story. If you want to come, it's free. The link is in my profile. If this kind of stuff interests you, you'll get a lot out of it. See you there.